Hey everybody, it's Paul here, and I'm going to go back to my car. For some reason, I was recording with Kazam, and it just crashed on me. So I guess I went to simple screen recorder because that one seems to work so far. I'm gonna try my luck with it. Yeah, I'm still in Linux, noob, so whatever. But that's because XP isn't supported. And speaking of such, nobody still wants to fix the bug with the Mesa video and what is it, AMD. There's some weird bug with Blender and how it interacts with that, and nobody wants to get around to it. If I ever got the money, I wonder what kind of bounty I could put on it. It just has to do with the display of what is it? The little checkerboard where the alpha's supposed to be and stuff. It doesn't display correctly. I'm sure there's some other bugs too, but that's the one I noticed right away. Other than that, yes, I could do a shout out to the people that actually bought stuff at my TurboSquid account. It's kind of surprised to see activity on that again after a long time. So whoever you are, thanks for buying stuff. That extra money covers my car insurance of all things. Yeah, or next month's car insurance. I know I should do some computer upgrade stuff, but right now I don't have much of an income source, so that helps a lot. And right now I'm going to do my default cube mobile, so I'm going to open that up. And woo. Alright, never mind. I originally started out doing a dashboard with the recording I was doing last week, or not last week, yesterday actually. Yeah, my brain's all but early morning, I'm not an early riser. And I was going to show how to add stuff, and then Kazam crashed, and I didn't feel like re-recording it. Basically, you extrude different panels from the car mesh, and so what I did is all the stuff right underneath, well, inside the dashboard here. All these faces there underneath, like around the edge of the dashboard, you pretty much do a duplicate off the car mesh, and you bridge across with the face at the bottom, and you fill it in, and that's how you get the dashboard. And then I extruded it in and put a center console piece on the dashboard unit. It still has some work to go on it, but that gives you an idea. And this part here where the instrument panel is, I'm just going to slap like a flat plane where it goes, and then put pieces in where the instruments are, and then the clear plastic cover as an underplane and stuff. So that won't be too fancy. You just go creative with that. You don't really have to do a specific means or method to do that. So maybe I think I'll add a seat and show you how to do that. Because right now it's just, I have the stand-in for the driver, that's why this dummy's here. You can see his hand can reach the dashboard, so you know he can operate the switches. The elbows should be more relaxed for the steering wheel position, but this dummy, I don't think it's rigged, is it? Nah. At least not in this setup, so... Does it have a pose mode? No. Yeah. So it's not rigged. So, how do I get the seat here? I noticed I had the car set up. If I click the car itself, it is a mirrored object, so I think I'll just hide half of it. And I can model seat there, and I can probably hide the dashboard. The seat goes under the dummy's bum. I'm probably not going to line it up perfectly, because this is coming down kind of low where the hip is. Probably sit up just a little higher and scooted, I don't know, more curved back position than what this is. But it just gives an idea how the seat should be in here. I don't think this car will have much of a rear seat, if anything. Just look at that rear wheel well, it's like right in here. Well, that is probably large. So, pardon me. Let's get to it. The seat's pretty simple. And since I don't need this in the way, I can probably hide that. Sure, nothing selected, and let's add our seat. It's pretty simple. You just add what? You need the seat rails, the seat bottom, and the seat back, and maybe little things like handles or something, or slides. So, seat. And technically the floor inserts can be different things, and copy and paste the interior panels, but for now let's get with the seat, because the seat could actually poke through the floor panel and stuff. But you don't want it to poke through the actual car exterior, or the car body exterior. Same thing with the firewall. I actually downsize the firewall slightly. There are little gaps, but since you don't really see them from the outside, those block out light from the engine compartment and stuff though. Could probably make it a little more airtight, but right now I just don't want any poke through from the outside. Just like, yeah. So seat it is. Alright, where's this dummy seat? I want to position my cursor to selective. Yeah, because that should give a center point. Let's add mesh, and let's just make a cube, and scale that sucker down. And I'm going to apply stuff. And I'm going to... Oh, pardon me, my nose is a little running today. Not like you, and there you can probably hear it. And this. Snap that to the bottom a bit. Set it the seat. Alright. So I guess what I'll do is actually move the seat up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna poke through the dummy a little bit, so you see the seat bottom should cover his butt. A little bit under the legs, actually. You want some of it. You don't want it going all the way up to the knee, but you do want some strength support, like if you're sitting in the seat. This dummy is supposed there to give an approximate position. It's not exact. I'll probably move this forward, actually. So you're getting an idea where the seat goes. See, guys, should slow this roll. Should come up a little bit there. That should be good. Right about that area under the leg is where you want the seat front to come with. The seat legs are rest all the way down. Now these feet aren't in the right position. You do poke through the firewall a little bit, but yeah. If you're driving, it's an approximation. Again, like I said, this dummy is just to get an idea that everything would be in reach and how big the seat should be. The seat obviously is not quite enough. You want a nice wide seat, like the bolsters here. So, what I should probably do is just take half of the seat off and just do a mirrored version, huh? So you know what, that's gonna be a good idea because I'm gonna have the seat symmetrical except for the handles and stuff, but can add those last. So yeah, I haven't been up to much lately, but I have like a problem with my ears, so that's not a good thing. Yeah. Should I tell the story of that? I don't know. Basically, I got a thing like a walnut growing in my head inside my ear. I gotta go to the doctor and get it taken out. Yeah. So that's next week. I go see a doctor so she can look at it. That's not the surgery part, but it is the doctor who specializes in that kind of surgery. Yeah. So if I've not been with it, that's why I haven't been doing much. It's just you got this pressure in your head, some growth in your ear, and it's not good. I'm gonna hide them here for now. skill poke in my brain. At least I hope not. Alright. And this part of the seat. See, my seat is taking shape, right? Get the car there. I can probably hide the car for. A little bit of a side bolster to the seat like that. Bucket seat, so he's comfy, right? Let's go back up just here. So you have this bucket seat profile like that, and let's add a mirror modifier, or not a mirror modifier, it already has that subdivision surface. And we can probably even go back to object mode real quick just so we can see the smooth shading. It certainly does look like a seat. We can do cloth seats or leather seats. If you do leather seats, it's going to take more detail. Cloth seat is kind of pretty simple, actually. And let's just insert that a little bit. For this seam here, I'm going to add another control edge to it. Just to tighten it up a little bit. The side bolster, I'm going to puff out a little bit. See, there's not a whole lot to it. I mean, it's like a car seat. More or less adjusting it to shape. The bolster doesn't need to be so strong in the back. So. It's more towards the front where you want it, like that. And I could probably raise this part of the cushion up a little bit. Just a more supportive seat. More comfy looking seat like that. Like I said, seats aren't that fancy in cars, but they do the job and they're usually comfy enough. Or does that not look like a seat cushion? It looks like a seat cushion to me, man. I suppose the front of it could bow out a little bit ever so slightly. Like that. There's not that much to it, man. That's car seat. That's the bottom cushion. Alright. I could probably set materials. I'll do that later, but let's call this seat. And I think I'll do is just make the back and the other stuff part of the seat. So I'm just gonna go back to edit mode. And this piece I will Shift D, duplicate it, move it back this way. And if you notice, the profile of the bottom seat isn't that different from the profile of the back seat, even with the lumbar support. So it's pretty simple to just take a variation of this. Let's go in the vertex mode and see through right. Box select. Here. Here's the seat back, more or less. Pretty quick, right? Of course, I gotta position it correctly, but you get the idea. Something like that. Of course, I need to tweak it a little bit more, but seat back is sort of like this. Make the lumbar support area a little bit bigger. There's the dummy. So he has a Spanish sounding name. Alright. So the guy who made my dummy is a Spanish guy, apparently. Bolster difference in the back here, do I? Didn't matter on the bottom because you don't really see that part. But on this, I could probably shrink it in a little bit. More flat. And I'm going to add a little bit more definition to the lumbar support area just by bringing that down. Actually, a good comfy car seat has this kind of profile where it goes in the small of your back and sticks out a bit. Some have the adjustable thing that puffs up a bladder or whatever in there. My car has it, but a little air bladder in there kind of broke, so it's annoying. I miss having it work. But the car is 10 years old. Anyhow. It's just something like that. as the back goes up. A lot of cars do that, right? Get the side bolster and the bucket seat, and that's where you can dive in a little bit more. Turn off smoothing visibility temporarily so I can see it. I wanted to edge select actually. Just gonna work your way low. If you do an old car, you might have a bench seat, but I'm not doing that old car. I'm doing a sporty kind of car. So, just have the pattern flow here. Actually, in the back, I don't need this kind of edge distribution. I could probably space these out a little more. So the backs, you don't really need the bolster. It's just on the front. Does it come up high enough? Probably not. So I need to do is raise the seat back a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do is raise the seat a little bit. What I think I will do is add a custom transform and scale it along it. So I have that edge selected, and this little transform orientation thing, I'm just going to hit plus here. Come on. Oh, okay, it worked, but it didn't show it the first time. Edge 1, I don't need a duplicate. So I can delete that, but you can also set it to overwrite previous, so I got here, edge. I'll just override it because I don't need like 5,000 transforms, I just need the one to do the adjustment. And move the cursor to a reasonable spot, and pick this. Scale. There we go. And that's following the axis of that edge. And what I want to do is just bring this up so that seat back covers the back of the shoulders. So this almost a little too high, so just like that. So I am using the axis of the custom transform, that's why I'm hitting it twice. Here. And seems alright. There should actually be another slight bolster towards the top of the seat, so I think I'll have another loop. ever so slight, but it is there. He's on a good seat. That's it. I have my standards. Sweaty. Just like that. It's ever so slight. Now some seats have like the real big things sticking out at the top. But this has enough of a bucket to it. I would think. It looks like it would be comfy for me driving. I suppose I could widen this area a little bit here. I can't get that little tiny edge. Yeah. And I guess the bottom actually flickers out a little too. Not a whole lot. I'll just do it like that. Something like that. That'll be good enough for our seat. Looks like a seat to me. And move this in a little bit tighter. Not too much of a gap there, they just kind of rest against each other a little bit. Cushioning gives, so they do touch a little bit. And it's not like you're moving the seat 1,000 times. At least in normal driving, if maybe you had a company car, it can switch up, but I'm not worried about that in this car. Obviously it's not a taxi but it doesn't matter, because those cars actually wear out when you do get moved around a lot. What else do I want with the seat? I need to do the bottom rail and the headrest thingy, and see, for the bottom rail I want the car to be visible. And it's nothing pretty, it's just a thing that goes there. Far out. And add a little cubie. Little cubie? Oh, that's a huge cubie. Let's make it little. Alright. That wide. the seat. Because I'm not worried about the mechanicals too much. Who's gonna look at that? I don't know. I mean, unless you're doing a movie about a mouse crawling under the seat of the car, eating out the cushion, you're not gonna worry about that stuff. That's your goal in mind, go ahead and do it. That's not my goal, I'm just making a seat that will be seen from the outside. Those things are kind of sharp and will cut your hands up underneath the seat anyways. You have to see it out or something. That's the only reason why it's not too fun. It's that crap. Alright. Something like that. I'm going to get rid of these top and bottom faces. This candy will not be used. This is more like the outer panel than the actual seat glide. Think of it as a cargo panel or something. Something like that. And what did I do? Yikes, how did that get so tight? I don't know what I did. I shrunk my thing and I don't know. I don't know. Look at it, the text is like itty bitty. Barely see it. I don't know what I did, but I must have clicked in the wrong spot. Ah, fudge. That's annoying. You know, when I see my car, it's going to see that stupid, oh well. It wasn't trying to hit that. Okay. Double that. So, I think that'll be good. I'll just keep that curve a little tight here. How tiny did it got? How can I resize that back to? Instead of scrolling at it. I don't know how to get that panel back to normal size. CC panel, I don't know how to restore it. Damn it. Alright, never mind. Anyhow, that's our seat with the bottom and back. I still gotta do the headrest on it. So I should have that symmetrical too. So these are like the little guide rail things. See how it looks, the guy on it, in half the car, visible, and let's reach the bottom. Not quite. So I should probably do edit mode. I think I'll go all the way to the bottom because I don't want any poke through. But I'll go with an hair of it. Now the insert you can do for the carpet or the floor panel, yeah, you can have it poke through that. Unless you really want it perfect. Which I guess would be the case eventually. I am just rough drafting the seat. And you can see the dummy does poke through, but then again, it's just for general position and scale. It's not going to be perfect. And obviously, seats slide forward and back in cars. You can move it forward and back, but whatever room you got here in the interior. Some cars will let you cut off a person's legs with sliding it back, so it's not like it's that unusual, right? Alright. And I'll need to do part of the hinge. I probably won't do the full thing, because I just like to have the seat simple and mechanical. Electric seats, you don't need like 500 adjustments. I know people have them, but me, it's just adds weight and makes the seat more clunky. Usually it's just forward and back, tilt if you're lucky, seat up and down, and seat back, and maybe a little bladder thing. That's all you need. It's like those adjustments. And some have the more fidgety up and down and heat and bottom bolster and whatever. I don't know. I've had different cars, different seats. Most of them have 2 or 3 adjustments on average. So what I need to do is the headrest. So I should just localize the seat that way. Select the vertex near the top of the middle and move my cursor to it. And I'll add a cube. One so freaking huge. I want this headrest thing to be. I want it to go like this. Kind of like the ones with the little open hole in the middle, but I've seen them otherwise than that too. So. I'll just do a simple one like this. Slight lumber shape again with like it repeats again, but so here, very good. They'll have that shape. I know some they try to get funky with the style and stuff, but they aren't that comfy. There's a lot to kill it now. There's no way to grow edge selections along the loop. At least that I'm aware of. There might be a plugin or something, but yeah, this'll do. Alright, I think that'll do. The headrest should be kind of somewhere at the back of the neck, so it cradles it. So, despite this dummy's weird bald head, it's about right. Close enough. Alright. And let's see, I need those little metal tube pieces. So one over here somewhere, a cylinder. So, and cylinder. Wow, did that get shrunk tiny? 16 is probably good enough. It's annoyingly small though. It really got messed up when I fudged it. Alright. I don't need no caps. Nothing as far as caps go. I'll just get anything from here, 'cause I can't see that many that small on my screen. It is tiny. Don't we have a huge monitor? I just have one that was fit. It's comfy to look at. About 2 feet away. So, what else do I need to do with my seat? I need to do... I don't know if I'll do leather or cloth. Well, I could probably just assign it as generic seat cushion, and let's make sure this is all smooth shaded. I could probably use an edge like right over here. Looks a little bit better, don't it? Yeah, it looks better. Close enough, close enough. Yeah. I mean, it's a... Still gotta do hinge thingies, and... This location. I don't want this location. I want rotation. It's really tiny. Annoyingly tiny. This time I can wake up. And... Serious? So, and... zoom in on that sucker. Can't do that. just gonna have that poke through stuff. Okay. The seat back, the seat cushion, the outer part of the track thingy, I don't really see the inside much of, and just gives the impression that the seat is functional in there. So let's see, what do we want for materials? We want one, two, three, four. I'm thinking 4 slots. This will be location 1. Location 2. See, post metal for those little bits. And support. That should be the base materials, so. Placeholder thingies. So you can tell. Alright. Setting up some materials here. They're the perfect finished materials, but you'll do. So seat cushion 1, I'm thinking will be like the outside parts and the headrest. Seat cushion 2 will be like the inside insert areas. And seat post metal is obviously going to be the posts for the headrest, and seat support will be this part and a little plastic hinge cover thingies. So let's do this. So seat cushion 1. And everything here. Solution 2. So, probably bring this up even more. It's not perfect, but it's a rough start. You can always go over the seat and add details later, or you smooth it, or whatever. But this gives you an idea how to start out. I hope I'm not taking too long. Alright. Why didn't I do different colors or different textures. I'll do one more up here too. contrast. Right now they aren't really assigned materials yet, they're just placeholders, because these are all diffused to the same color. Something like that. You got a seat in your car, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm thinking I should just apply the mirror to it, because I can always do more details after mirroring. I don't know if you want to see me add the levers and stuff, so I'll probably save that for later, but that gets you a seat, and then you just make another duplicate of that after you finish it for the passenger seat. Passenger side seat, if you want to have one. Okay. So I'll apply the mirror. I'm still in edit mode. Apply the mirror. I won't apply the smoothing yet. There's the seat. Yes, I know it pokes through, but like I said, this just kind of gives a rough idea for scaling purposes, and yeah. It's just going to be a two-seat roadster hatchback kind of thing, so it'll be cool. I hope that is it, so see you later, guys.